Bonjour à tous. If you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Madame Ugo, your unconventional online French tutor. Today, we are going to be talking about how to ask questions in French. Comment poser des questions. If this is your first time of coming across this page, please click the subscription button above and follow, like, share, and comment. All right. Talking about comment poser des questions, which is how to ask questions in French. This forms an integral part of what is expected of you, especially when your intention is to write the TEF or the TCF Canada exam. As part of your speaking exercise also entails asking questions. And today we are going to unpack how to ask questions in French. All right, I'm going to start with the most popular interrogative phrases that we use in French when we want to ask questions, starting with do in English. Now, this do does not mean the verb to do. For example, this verb in French, when you want to use it to start a sentence in French, something like this: do you eat the food? Do you eat the food? So this is a question that starts with do in English. In French, we have an interrogative phrase, what we call est-ce que. So when your question in English starts with do, in French, you can use this interrogative phrase. So this is literally like you saying, is it that you eat food? So in order to derive this same question in French, we will say, est-ce que tu manges la nourriture? So this is, do you eat the food? Do you walk every day? If I want to ask this question using the interrogative phrase, I will say, est-ce que vous travaillez chaque jour? So, the next interrogative phrase in French is when our question in English starts with what. For example, what do you want from the man? What do you want from the man? So when your question starts with what, the interrogative phrase in French is going to be qu'est-ce que. So, in order to make this sentence in French, we will say, qu'est-ce que vous voulez de l'homme? Qu'est-ce que vous voulez de l'homme? Meaning, what do you want from the man? The next question that is popular in French is English. How? So you want to say, how do you make it? How do you make it? So the question of how, you start it with comment. So you will say, comment tu le fais? Meaning, how do you make it? Another popular question in French is the question of how many. So the question of how many in French is combien de. And please note that this is always expressed in the plural. So you want to say, how many persons are in the room? How many persons are in the room? In French, this will be combien de personnes sont dans la salle. Or you can say combien de personnes sont dans la salle. How many persons are in the room? The next question is how much? So you want to say how much? In French, how much is also combien. So you want to say how much is the car? So how much is the car will be combien est la voiture? Or you want to say how much do you sell the dress? How much do you sell the dress? So how much do you sell the dress? You will say in French, combien. You can see there is another do here. You refer to est-ce. Combien est-ce que vous vendez la robe? So this is a question of how much. Mind you that there are other ways you can ask these questions, but these are the simple, straightforward, most popular ones you can use. And in asking questions in French, it is actually very dynamic. You can even use the verbs directly without using any of these interrogative phrases or any of these conjunctions. All right, let's continue. So the next is how to use interrogative pronouns. So your interrogative pronouns are your what. And using interrogative pronoun, here, your interrogative pronoun what always goes with être, the verb to be. So you want to say, what is the name of the girl? What are the types of vehicles at the garage? Things like that. So your interrogative pronoun here would go with être, and it must conform with the gender of the noun you are using it with. So our interrogative pronoun in French is quelle. So this is what? Quelle, interrogative pronoun. You use this one with masculine singular noun. And we have quelle with an S. You use this one with masculine plural noun. And we have quelle with double L and E. We use this with feminine singular noun. And we have quelle with an S. We use this with feminine plural nouns. All right, so here are examples. What is the intention? What is the intention of the boy? The intention. So here, the noun in question is feminine singular. So what is the intention of the boy would be quelle with a double L est l'intention du garçon. What is the name of the lady? The name in French is a masculine gendered noun. So the name in French, we call it le nom. So you want to say, what is the name of the lady? This becomes, quel est le nom de la dame? And number 3, what types of books are available? Type is a masculine gendered noun. So what types of books are available becomes quel, masculine plural, quel type, de livres sont disponibles. That's what you are going to say. And the last but not the least, you want to say, what are the sizes of the clothes? So in French, size, we call it la taille. So if you want to say, what are the sizes? This becomes plural feminine. So the interrogative pronoun to use is going to be feminine plural. So this becomes quelles sont les tailles de vêtements? And this is how you can ask questions in French using your interrogative pronoun. I would like you to make some examples using some of these interrogative pronouns, but especially paying attention to the gender and also the number of the noun you are using, whether they exist in the singular or in the plural form, and practice and practice. Remember that practice makes perfect. Until I see you in my next video, bye for now. Are you looking for a place to learn the French language with the objective of writing the TCF or the TEF Canada exam for immigration, or you love to boost your international career opportunity? You are invited to join our new beginners class starting on the 6th of June. Students will be taught the rudiment of the French language from ground zero, especially as it relates to passing the TCF or the TEF Canada exam in one attempt, as the exam is all about strategies. If you do not have prior knowledge of the French language, there is nothing to worry about, as the students are taught in such a manner that simplifies the French language and makes it easy to understand within a 6-month period, and also help them to be better equipped to pass the exam in one sitting. Also, if you're experienced and you're looking for a place to help you prepare for the exam, you can also send us a DM or WhatsApp. Thank you.